Hello everyone, welcome to NDAC YouTube channel. This is Babu. Today in this video, we are going to episode 4 of Dataflow's complete learning series. So now dedicatedly we are running a playlist for Dataflow's learning. So far we completed 3 episodes which is having the information about complete overview of data flows and one practical episode with the Dataflow Gen2. In last episode if you see we loaded the data by using the OData connector in the Dataflow Gen2. So these are the steps we completed in episode 3. Now today we are going to see remaining steps in this episode 4. So without further delay, let's head over to the Fabric environment. Okay, now here if you see, this is where we stopped in the episode 3. Okay, so now here I loaded the two tables. Okay, here first of all I'll explain you about this is schema view. When I click on this, now here you can see the every table schema. See, this is the schema view. Now let me show that to you by highlighting. So this is schema view. Okay, now this is data view. If I click data view, now here you can see the tables. Okay, so you may ask, where is the queries? You need to expand this, that's all. Okay, now this one diagram view, it is already enabled. Let me uncheck this. See, now this is the user kind of user interface you are seeing in the Power Query editor. So now this is the step view. If you click, we can on, we will see that, but for now it is not required. Let me go to the diagram view. Okay, now here what I will do, in these orders, one customer may purchase many orders. Now I'll set up the context. So I need to get the ranked customers based on transactions count. I need to get the ranked customers. So based on the transaction count, I need to get that customer name, from where he, how many transaction placed, and what is the rank. Now let's go here, let's select this, go to the transform, click on group by. Here you can select the customer ID, count rows. Okay, count rows. So let's click on OK. Now once if you click on OK, now here it is giving the customer ID. See, the group by step is recorded here. All right, now what I will do, let me go and select this. Okay, let me go and select this, click on this vertical ellipsis, go and select merge queries as new. See, here customers is already selected. Now from this right table, let me select orders, select customer ID as a common column. Now it is matching the 89 rows, because here I used left join. Okay, you may use any join, but for this use case I need left join. Okay, let's click on OK. Now the moment if I click on OK, now here it is merged, and it is giving the some table. So first what I will do, let me rename this merge as a ranked customers. This as a ranked customers. Okay, fine, let me collapse this. Now here what I will do, let me go to the schema view. So here my objective is I don't want to keep all the rows. Okay, so I'll keep only, let's say, customer ID from customer table, company name, and this orders merged one. Okay, this orders, let's select this. Once you select this, there is one tab is open now. Previously it was not there. If you see, previously this schema tools was not there. Okay, when you are on the schema view, then only you can able to see this schema tools. Okay, now let's click on the schema tools. So now I need only these 3 columns. Okay, I need only these 3 columns. So what I can do, yes, you are correct. So I need to go and click on remove other columns. The moment I click on remove other columns, see here it is removed other columns, and step is also recorded in diagram view. So now what I'll do, let me go and open data view. See here, from this what I will do, I would like to get only count. So there is a diverge icon. Click on this. From this, already I have customer ID. So why I will again load customer ID, and why I will burden it? Let me uncheck it. Let's click on OK. Now here you can see we are able to see the customer wise transaction count. Of course, the name is nothing. Let me go and rename this transactions count. Transactions count. Okay, now you may ask where is it is recording. It is recorded everything in the applied steps here. Okay, fine. Now there is something empty. 2% empty is there. Let's right click on this. Uh, replace that empty with 0. Let's click OK. So when I click OK, now here, now you would see the valid data is 100%. Make sure whenever you are doing data cleaning in Power Query Editor or Dataflow Gen2 in Microsoft Fabric, you can turn on this. How you can turn on this? Go to the view, go to the data view, see here like your desktop only. Enable column profile, show column quality, show column value distribution also if you require, but for now I'll turn off it. So now here it is showing 100% valid data. And also see in this diagram view whatever the transformations I am doing, first I did remove other columns, then expanded the columns, then rename the column, then I replace the value. See everything is recording here. All right, now I need to assign a rank. How can I assign rank? Go to the add column. There is one column called rank column. There is one column called rank column. Click this rank column. So based on the transaction count, I am requesting to rank function. Boss, you can give me rank values from high to low based on the transaction count. Let's click on OK. Once if I click on OK, see now here it is added a ranked column. Now we can able to see one column called rank. Okay, let's go and rename this as a customer rank. Customer rank. Okay, I'll do one thing. Let me don't put any space. This unnecessary will cause some issues while pushing the data to the lakehouse. Okay, fine. Now we have customer rank, everything all set. Okay, here if you see all set, but we need to add a destination. Here if you see in diagram view also there is no data destination. There are two ways to add destinations. One is under query settings. Here you have data destination. Here by clicking this plus symbol you can do that, and go to the home. From here also by clicking this you can add the destination. Okay, what I'll do, let me go with this. Let's click on this plus icon. Here you can see what are the supported destinations: Lakehouse, Warehouse, SQL database, SharePoint, more. But for this what we did, we have not created any Lakehouse. First let's go to the workspace. Let's go to the workspace. Let's create a new Lakehouse. So here already Lakehouse is there in my recent. Why I am frequently using this Lakehouse. Let's click on Lakehouse. Let's give this as a sample underscore Lakehouse. Sample, let me put df Lakehouse, Dataflow Lakehouse. So schemas is enabled. Let's click on create. Now the moment if I click on create, now it is started creating a Lakehouse. Let's wait. Perfect. Lakehouse is created. There is some new update might be. Okay, here Lakehouse is created. Fine. Let's go back to the Dataflow Gen2. Here let's go and click on this plus icon. Let's, if you would like to see what are the supported connectors, click on this more, and from here you can see. From here you can see. From here also you can directly select Lakehouse. Okay, let's select Lakehouse. Fine. Now here you need to fill this form. Create new connection, Lakehouse, authentication kind. Every time it should be your Fabric login credentials. This is mine. Okay, now privacy level is none. Let me put organizational privacy level. Let's click next. Now it is creating a connection between Dataflow Gen2 and Lakehouse. Let's wait. It will take. Okay, now see here. Already I given a name of ranked customers. So here, if you see new table, are you going to update existing table? And there will be maybe might be it new update. We'll see this later. For now, let's go and select Dataflow series workspace. Click on this drop down. Click on this drop down. Under this sample df, which is just now we created, select this dbo schema. Default schema is dbo. Let's click next. Once if it is everything done, click next. Now it is validating the target. See here it is taking automatic settings, and if you would like to change this data type, just turn off this, go and change whichever the data type you require. But for now I'll go with default settings. Now here let's go and click on save settings. Once if I click on save settings, now it is saving all my work and it is ready to run. Okay, see now here we are added this lakehouse, and also in diagram view also here you can see. Now if I on hover this, it is telling what is the workspace, which lakehouse, which schema, and what is the table name, what is the update method, and column mapping, everything it is showing. So all set, all set. Okay, so can we go and push this? Yes. Let's go and click on this drop down, click on save and run. The moment if I click on save and run, now first step is it would save the data flow. Later it would run the data flow. So run has started. Run started for sample data flow Gen2. Now where you can monitor it's running, please go to the workspace. Click on this workspace. See now here if you see, you are seeing run in progress. Run in progress. Okay. I think run has completed, or else let's go and check the status. Okay. Let's go and see the, might be it is running. Let's click on recent runs. Let's wait. See in progress, still it is in progress. Where you can monitor, let me show that again. Go to this Dataflow Gen2 horizontal ellipsis, go to the recent runs, and you will see a right side a window. See it's still in progress. So we'll keep on refresh. Let's wait. It may take for the first initial load, it may take 1 minute. Let's wait. All right, let's go and refresh this one once. Still it's in progress. Let's try again. Perfect. Now here if you see there is a green tick mark, duration 1 minute 43 seconds, and type is on demand refresh, successfully ran the data flow. So again let's go and refresh the web page. Now here if you see there is a green tick mark. Okay, so it is completed at 6:51 seconds. Fine. Let's go to the lake house. So now we are on the lake house. Let it loaded. Let's see whether the table is pushed to this lake house. Let's wait. Perfect. See now here if you see the ranked customer table is pushed to the lake house. So here you can see the same set of 4 columns: ID, name, transaction count, and customer rank. And now you can pass this to the your BA developers. They will take care and they will consume this data and they will build a report on top of this. So I hope you will like this video. So now let me give you a quick recap what we learned today. So in this episode 4 we learned how we can perform the transformations and how we will publish that transform table to the lakehouse. And challenges part, anyhow in Dataflow Gen2 I am going to share more episodes. In subsequent episodes I am going to discuss about challenges. So I hope you all like this video. Please like, share, comment this video. Please subscribe NDAC YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching this video. Let's meet in another video.